Hey there, everyone. In this video, I'm going to cover our Looker tool and some of the use cases that you might use it for, and then just the overall layout of Looker so that you can feel a little bit more comfortable once you get in there and start looking at reports. So, first and foremost, there will be a slide deck underneath this video that walks through some basics with screenshots, and then it also tells you where to log in and then what to use to log in. The deck that I'm referencing, I have up right here, and I do want to let everyone know that the sales team does share a login across the board for the whole sales team. And so those are listed right here. You'll be able to see those in the deck. And I just wanted to point that out because anything that you favorite or that you might move around or change settings will affect the whole team. So please don't try to say reset the password or schedule things to your account email. Make sure that if you schedule something, you write in your email rather than the all sales email. So I just wanted to point that out to let everyone know that. But it will not kick someone out if they're logged in and then you try to log in. Multiple people can be logged in at the same time using Looker. So just wanted to cover my bases there. Um, and so when you log into Looker, you're going to be placed on the home screen, which looks like exactly what you see here. And to take a step back, the whole point of what Looker is our reporting software that is connected to our data warehouse. What the data warehouse essentially is it's a place where we store information from all of our systems, not just Salesforce, though we use Salesforce for nearly everything. There are other things that obviously Fetch uses across the organization that are all plugged into here. So I'm going to reference the deck once more, and you can see this down below. But why it's really nice is because we have our fetch database, or WMS, that runs into BigQuery, which is the data warehouse, the Zendesk, which is soon to be Gladly, which is the database that our customer experience team uses. And then we have Salesforce that comes in here as well. And I think as of now, we have Edumi as well, which is our training platform for our warehouse and DP staff, as well as a plethora of other tools that we're going to have in the data warehouse as well. This way, we can have one source of truth out of Looker where we can report on all of these things. So that's the point of Looker, and that's why this is going to be your one-stop shop for client-facing reporting or any other reporting that you may use that brings in data that's more than just Salesforce data, such as operational data, packages, on-time rate, SLA percentages, et cetera, et cetera. So in here at the top of your home screen are going to be your favorites, which are denoted by this blue heart that is next to the dashboard. So, as an example, I'll click on a community overview report. What this report is going to show you is all of the metrics for either a given community or all of the communities. So here you can see these are total number of units that we have live, number of buildings, our active users for the past month, our CSAT score, how many communities we have by warehouse, et cetera, et cetera. The business intelligence team did a great job titling all of these tiles so that it is quite easy to come in here and understand, okay, this is the data that I'm looking at. Now, if you wanted to look at a particular group, you can come in here and you can start to put in some of these filters. So if I wanted to look at Greystar, say both fee managed and Greystar investment group, I can edit those filters. I can narrow it down by market as well. So I can do any value or I can pick specific ones. From there, you click this little update button in the top right, and then it'll start to filter that data for you. As you can see here, it's rendering and then showing you units and buildings and users for that management group specifically. So that's like the community overview. So going back to the home page here, you'll see your favorites up here. Your recently vieweds will also be down here as well. So anything that you, or because it's a shared login, anyone has viewed will pop up here. And then after those two, what I would then urge you to go and look through are folders, which you can see on the left-hand side over here. And you can collapse them by clicking down the button, and you'll see shared folders. And so over here, you'll see deputy, which is what we use for our warehouse workers and our delivery partners. Anything for finance, we have marketing stuff in here. Operations, which operations has two subsets. We have our sales stuff, product. So we have folders for each team. So if you're ever curious, we can click into operations, and then we see, okay, community SLAs, driver ops, SLA detail, et cetera, et cetera. Another nice one, the community metric rollup. This is going to be one, once this loads, that's going to give you most of the metrics that regionals, VPs, or even on-site staff care about. So you'll see on the left, we have the building name, their market, when they started with us, who's managing it, and then you have units, how many are registered, how many packages they have gotten this month, time saved, all time packages, so on and so forth. So this is very valuable information. And so if you ever wanted to send this to a client, what you can do is you would want to filter these values. So I'm just going to say maybe we wanted to send something over for Allied Residential. I'd click their name. I would hit update. While this is loading, I also want to point out some of these other filters at the top. So if you wanted to zone in on a particular community itself and you know the short code, you can do that. Just like with management group, you can filter by ownership group. Time frame as well. There's a lot of standards like this month, next month, last month, etc. All these presets, and then you can drop down to even more presets. But if you wanted to do a particular time frame, you can click custom over here, and then you can hard code actual dates that you want to see the beginning of. So as you can see here, we only have one building for Allied Residential. So probably not the best example for me to use. That being said, I'm just going to continue down this path. If you click the little ellipses up here for dashboard actions, you can then see an option for download. So I'll click download. You can choose a format. So a CSV is going to give you like the data itself in an Excel file. And then a PDF is a little bit more like of a client-facing presentation. However, if they want the data in Excel so that they can play with it, obviously you'll have to do the CSV format. But we can do PDF. We can do fit to page. You can do all these different options. So letter, legal, etc. And then you'll hit download, and it's going to download directly to you. So that's one option. Another option is going to be scheduling a delivery. Now, I would only do this for yourself. I would never schedule a delivery to a client directly, because we always want to double check and make sure the data looks correct. So if you click schedule delivery, it's going to pop up with your existing schedules From there, you can click New to create a new one. From here, you can click how often you want it to be sent. So monthly, weekly, daily. And if you choose month, you can choose then the day of the month, and then the time. And then we'll always want to do email because we're offboarding Slack. So we'll do email address. One thing I want to point out that I mentioned in the beginning is it will default to the account's email address, which is the entire sales' DL. We are going to want to take this out and have you put in your own email address in here. This way it doesn't send to the whole team. And then you can also choose the format over here as well. So you have CSV, PDF, or a PNG. The first two are probably your best options. A PNG is fine. The first two are just much more accepted formats, if you will. So you can put all those in. Then you'll come over to filters. Whatever you have the dashboard filtered as at the time when you hit schedule, those values will carry over here. So as you can see, management group is set as allied for this month. You do have the option to change that here if you wanted to. So it'll bring over whatever you have it set. That being said, you can alter that in this screen. You don't have to cancel out of this, fix the dashboard, and then schedule it again. And then your last one are going to be your advanced options. That is if you want to include anything in the email itself, expand tables to show all rows. This is important because if you don't have this clicked, it's actually going to cut off the dashboard so that it fits on the page. So I tend to always suggest that you click this. And then paper size, once again, same options we covered before when it comes to downloading. And then the delivery time zone, everything defaults to UTC, as most softwares do. That being said, if you want to pick your time location, so East, Central, Mountain, or West Coast, or if you're special out there in Arizona, you have your own. And then from there, you're all set. You can click test now, which is going to send you an email at the time when you click test now. Or you can say, yep, this looks good. I feel confident. And then you'll just click save. And then whenever the criteria that you set in the beginning fires, then it'll send you that email whenever you have it scheduled to send. And that is pretty much Looker to the extent that sales will use it. So it's really just used for viewing reports. If you wanted to come in here and you wanted to check some of the SLAs, like for some of your clients, if you have a regional that reaches out to you and says, hey, we're having some problems at this building. Can you take a look? If you ever wanted to come in and you were curious, you can look at the SLA views, and then you can narrow it down by that building or by a certain warehouse if you want to look at your market particularly. So that's going to be Looker to the extent that you use it. It's all really about being able to see our operation data, feel confident in it, download it and give it to clients. And then if you want to stay proactive, you can always schedule things to yourself in advance. This way, you can just stay ahead of the game. So as always, if you have any questions or hit any roadblocks, feel free to reach out to the revenue operations team and we'll get you squared away. Thanks.